Okay, Sam here from DVS Direct. We are at P&C Technology Education Expo, demonstrating the power of NDI. Imagine a TV studio in a box, like what we have here with our TriCaster Mini setup. We hook you up with a fly pack, put it into some flight cases. You can pick that thing up with you, take it around the school, take it out into your community. But if you don't want to do that, your students or your HR director or your corporate trainer can sit in their studio, in their small, nice little office space, and they can grab streams across the LAN network, anywhere in the building, as long as they're on that same subnet. And suppose you want to be able to send out a camera crew, but you don't have the team, you don't have the manpower to do it. Check this out. Here we have our pan, tilt, zoom cameras. Now there are multiple cameras that are out there that are enabled to be able to do this. This happens to be the new tech camera, and Mr. Davis will show you how that works.
Two cameras. These two cameras are coming into this TC1. Okay. SDI. Yep. So now that video is available everywhere on the network. So I can go over here to this. And I have the same two cameras available on the Mini. Yep. In the VMix system, we have the cameras available. So what NDI, and all we have between these machines is a gigabit wired network connection. Okay. So what that does is it allows us to distribute video anywhere in the subnet. So that means like in a school installation, take one of these cameras, which is an NDI camera, put it in the gym, and then bring that video right back into the control room with no adapters, no whatever.
We can pan around, we can tilt the camera. We have this going into the network through a Cat5 cable, and it's being picked up by that TriCaster, and you can see it here in the window, right? And we're also mixing that into this set here, and we can control the camera.
This is that camera right here. There's no artifacting, no nothing. Yep, it's real time.
Yeah, that's impressive. That's definitely headline.
Look in the back, it's just like any other camera.
Yeah.
You can still do SDI out, HDMI out, Visca control. And if you have a PoE switch, which we don't have here, you don't even need the power connector.
Sure. So the NDI right now is just feeding into a switch over there, ultimately.
It's actually going to a switch here. Yep. That switch is connected to another switch over there, and that's going into the TriCaster.
Control it from here in the Mini too.
Yep. Yeah, you can control it from anywhere. Any machine that's got this camera enabled, like I can control it from here as well. And it's all simultaneous. And I can also do Visca and NDI control simultaneously, which is really cool. Yeah. So here's another really cool thing. Part of the NDI suite is this guy right here. It's called NDI Studio Monitor. This is a free application you can put on any computer on the network and see that NDI source.
This powerful tool gives you the ability of turning your studio into a campus-wide, building-wide, even community-wide communication system.
If you take any regular old Xbox controller and plug it into that computer, you can now control the camera with that Xbox controller.
That'd be actually fun.
So let's see what we got going on right here, right now, in our little closed gigabit network. So we'll start off with our main camera that we have running into our TriCaster TC1. We're sending that as an input source, and I'm going to jump back on the chair here so you can see this scene. This is that input source with the green screen dropped out. Now, this is what's cool about this. We actually have 3 different production switchers running all simultaneously, sharing these streams through the IP network. Now here's how it works. Here we have the high-end Cadillac of the line. Over here we have, can you come, there we go. Here we have a software-based solution called VMix. And you can see this source here is our raw source. And if I get into here, I'm dropping out the color, the chroma key, of course. So what I'm able to do then, if we can have you slide back a little, there you go. We're mixing our live feed here with pre-produced video and a virtual set in the background. So we can see, very nicely done. This is running vMix on a standard PC, consumer level PC. Now here's the power of NDI. What's so awesome about this, if we turn our attention to the TriCaster Mini right next door, you take a look at this scene, what we're doing here is a virtual set. And so you talk about maximizing and making your workflow and asset management so efficient. We're taking that camera stream, sending it through the TC1, through a standard Cat5 cable, bringing it back over to here, and sharing it simultaneously in real time with no latency into one video switcher, producing a scene, and then picking it up and producing another scene over here. Now watch this. This is where it gets even funner. We can now take this and say, well, we're going to set up a split screen between the virtual set that we have here and our scene over here. Now, Charlene, let's go ahead and, can we actually have you on here? So we have Charlene standing here on our virtual set, captured by that camera. So we're using this camera, processing our green screen, full body green screen, and you can see here in our virtual set, we have a Mix Effects bus set up with a virtual set here. And we can see Charlene in there. And then the next step we're going to show you is our PTZ camera control. But check this out. We're actually taking this digital output from the TC1, not only grabbing the raw video that you saw and processing it, but we're also taking the full HD output of her standing on the virtual set and mixing it. Come back over here. We're mixing it with my signal in real time with Charlene standing on the virtual set here. That output then is being sent as one of the vMix outputs to our studio monitor, which is downloadable for free from NewTek. They are part of the NDI tools package, and we can take that scene and distribute that across our network in HD back to any computer that can pick that up. So now we take that and we say, all right, so what can you do with that? Well, first off, obviously it streamlines your production flow. So you can have a student over here running a PowerPoint that is being grabbed by NDI and ingested into your digital switcher. You could have another studio down the hall that has audio production, students in there doing MIDI production, adding sound effects, doing bumper music. You could have somebody else down the road using After Effects, all taking NDI output from the Creative Cloud real time into your production flow. So you can imagine this. What used to cost you 6 figures and what used to take a team of 6 to 8 people to produce, we can now do with a studio in a box with a team of 1 to 2 people, all managing it through these digital controls. Really cool stuff. So what I want you to think about, we're not just talking, I think the benefits are very obvious in terms of efficiency. What used to take a team of 6 to 8 people and 6 figures worth of gear to do, now you're getting in a starting point to be able to do broadcast level, 15 to 20 grand, and a couple students or a couple team members in your marketing or your HR department. You can take on corporate training, the days of renting a facility and trying to bring employees from hundreds of miles together for training only to get snowed out and losing thousands of dollars in rental fees. You can do all that kind of thing now virtually, even over these new NDI cloud solutions outside of your building and outside of your local network. So really, really exciting stuff. NewTek is making this possible. The power of NDI, whatever digital switcher you're using, you now have the ability to do what we're seeing here in our little closed network across your whole campus, across your whole school, and of course, we make that possible here at DVS Direct.